Hey guys, Penadaily here, and welcome back to Let's Play Castlevania, Aria of Sorrow. In the last episode, we finished off the arena, cleared up some of the map, got the Tsuchinoko Soul and the Mimic Soul, and used those to get the Soul Eater Ring. And in between the last episode and this one, I went grinding, because nobody really wants to watch me grind. So I got the Flame Demon Soul. Flame Demon. There, right, Flame Demon Soul. And the Succubus Soul, as you can see. But I also got the Zombie Officer Soul. Jumping while taking damage restores health. What that actually does is it reduces knockback. You don't get hit back as far. Which can be useful if you're going through, say, a place filled with blue Medusa heads. And the Dead Warrior Soul, which deflect normal attacks by pressing up and B. And what that actually does is that it allows you to cancel out of a long soul animation or a long attack animation. It will switch from the attack animation to the soul animation back and forth without having to wait for the regular animation to end. Which, if you're using something with a really long attack time, is pretty nice. I don't. I use the Cleave Celeste, and that attacks really fast, so we're not going to bother. But, while we're at it, let me show off two of the other souls I picked up during my grinding that might be of interest. We have the Tiny Devil Soul, as we go this way. Yeah, it uses a nice attack. Oh, ow. It's not that powerful, though. So, and the other one is the Nightmare Soul. As I said, this one's just funny. I mean, it's reasonably powerful and useful. Yeah, you throw a horse at your enemy. Which, you know, it's a straight attack soul. Unlike the Student Witch, it's not a surface clearer. It's just a flat-out, straight ahead of you attack soul. But we come up here, and you may have completely forgotten about this weapon. I'm also going back to Lightning Doll while I'm at it. And the weapon is the Vijaya, or Vijaya. Doesn't really matter. It's a mistranslation of Vadra, which is the thunderbolt of Indra. It is a Sanskrit word meaning both thunderbolt and diamond. So it covers is comprised of the ideas of incorruptibility and irresistibility. The Vadra itself is a ritual weapon. It looks sort of like a ribbed club that is used in Hinduism. As I said, it is the weapon of Indra. Oh, hey, Persephone's soul. The weapon of Indra, who was the head of king of the gods in Hindu mythology / religion. So, Persephone's soul, this one's just funny. Absorbs enemies' HP with a magical item. Right. Might help if I hit the right button. So we head down here, through here, and here's we got the Student Witch soul. Yeah. We get a vacuum cleaner. And it will absorb 5 HP at a time for when you use it on somebody. But that's not really that important. More important is, of course, our Flame Demon Soul. And that... Does that look at all familiar to you? The Triple Fireball? And, of course, the Succubus Soul. Absorbs enemies' HP when an ordinary attack is delivered. That's a very nice soul. Oh, and I need to go back to Giant Bat, because A, that's how we get up there. B, with these 3 souls equipped, and pretty much only with these 3 souls equipped, you can attack in bat mode. It uses a lot of energy, though. But yeah, as you see, when I hit something, and it doesn't matter if it's an item or an enemy, I get it 5 HP back. Now, we can go out of this room one of 2 ways, but I'm going to be going around because, obviously, we need to get the whole map. And then we have this asshole. This is a final guard. Basically, they are great armor, which is upgraded with a new and interesting attack, and also resistance to every kind of attack damage in the game. They're not immune, thank God, but they are resistant to it. I'm only fighting this guy basically so you can see what a pain in the neck he is. It is often a good idea to have the Succubus Soul equipped. Ow! Because you'll at least get back 5 HP every time he hits you, and if he goes into his guard mode, well, you still get 5 HP back. See, even though I hit his shield and didn't do any damage to him, I got 5 HP back. So, you want to just keep attacking, and try and dodge the sword, use your backdash as much as you can, and, you know, just try not to get slaughtered. These guys they have been a pain ever since Symphony of the Night. Their souls are okay. I'm gonna leave the Succubus on here, just because I need the extra health. And here we have the Basilisk. He's basically, he is the cockatrice, only stronger. Basilisks, the name Basiliscos is Greek for Little King of Serpents. Basilisks were said to have a white spot on their head. They were originally just snakes. Well, snake-like. They had a white spot on their head that looked like a diadem, and they supposedly proceeded forward upright, I guess like an inchworm, rather than slithering like a snake. That and the fact that they are supposedly vulnerable to the odor of weasels. Seriously, that's supposedly how you kill a basilisk. Or that was the oldest method of killing a basilisk, is that you throw a weasel in, and the basilisk dies from the odor of the weasel. Weasels are pretty stinky, but they're not that stinky. But it's thought that the basilisk was probably also supposed to derive from a king cobra, and people were thinking of the mongoose. Mongoose? Polygoose? I don't know. Plurals are weird. Anyway, we got a warp point here. Now, the cockatrice and the basilisk got conflated as the years went by. In the early medieval period, basilisks stopped being snakes and started taking on rooster features. The basilisk is said to be hatched from the egg of a toad that was incubated by a cockerel in a dung heap, usually under the star Sirius, whereas a cockatrice is just the opposite, the egg of a cock, incubated by a toad in a dung heap under the star Sirius. They are both supposedly vulnerable to the crowing of cockerels, and interestingly enough, they generally didn't petrify things in their original state. They were much more. They just killed you. If you met their gaze, they killed you. Regardless of whatever else she didn't research very well, J.K. Rowling did get that right. But here we have Succubi and Red Minotaur. And yeah, that's the other thing with Succubi, is that they do take on Mina's form, only up here on the top floor. I don't know why the others didn't do it. And here we have Stolas. Oh, I'm full up. Let's go back to Gremlin just to see if anybody wants to drop their soul. He is a summoner. He is also from the Ars Goetia, a demon that took the form of a bird. An owl, usually. I don't know why this one looks more like a stork. In this game, he summons Skeleton Knights. In the next one, he'll summon Aranias. And speaking of, Aranias. And we go up through here, and we find the spear Gungnir. Yeah, that should have been spelled with an I. It's Odin Sphere, which is why it is, of course, an electric element, thunder element weapon. So we go down here, and there is a final guard, and I don't want to deal with him. So, what you can do is you go into bat form and just go over his head. And you want to do that in here too, because there's another final guard. And we get Satan's Ring. That's another transliteration issue. The actual term is Ma'o's Ring. Ma'o is usually translated as Dark Lord in this series, actually translates a bit closer to Demon Lord, and is one of Dracula's basic, most common titles. So, what we have actually just found is Dracula's ring. Luckily, we don't have to find the rest of his body parts. That is always one of the fun collection vests, right? But we go back through here, and we kill more Stolas. I believe Stolas was one of those that you summoned to teach you sorcery, but it's been a while since I've brushed up on the Key of Solomon. Do not use the red mantle on the killer mantle on the succubi. It's very easy to do when you're in here and you've got... Ow. Yeah, they do that. Ah, shoot. And if you saw those numbers, you see why you do not use the killer mantle on the succubi. She now has 2,800 HP. I'm not staying to fight that. Luckily, she's apparently going to stay over there, so we will just go into a bat and go up and not deal with that. And of course, once you get off screen, she resets. So we're going to go to the lightning doll just so that that never happens again. Hold on just one second. Alright, so back to the lightning doll. Make sure that doesn't happen again. And of course, if you wait, she falls off. And everything lights up at our approach in a nice spooky manner. Go this way. Keep going. And yep, we got her soul. As I said, souls drop much more quickly once you've already got the soul. But also, we, have the Soul Eater ring. More basilisks. Their soul really is not worth the trouble. So just keep going, get past them. Maybe equip Gargoyle Soul. Just come this way for map completion, because where we want to go is right down here. Get the killer mantle back out. Because we have an iron golem. He takes only 1 damage from any type of attack you give him, except the killer mantle, which kills him in 1 shot. And we go through here. And we get the Hippogriff Soul. Perform a high jump by pressing L in lid jump. Seriously, guys? You couldn't spring for a proofreader? I know I always make jokes that Konami apparently gave the translators 3 weeks and a pizza to do their jobs, but that's just silly. Now, with the Hippogriff Soul, we do not actually need... Ow. We do not actually need to use the Bat Soul nearly as often. We can just do that. And, go through all sorts of things. But we want to go back in. Ow. Okay, I really need to stop doing that. I want to show you a little trick. And a few things. Okay, let's see here. It's in here, of course. We saw this thing beforehand. But check this out. Remember how I said anything with a hitbox will give you HP? Yeah. So, if you wanted, you could just sit here, use the Succubus Soul, and get all the way back up to full just by whacking that thing. I suggest you don't, because right up here is a save point. So, we will save the game. And, well, we pretty much just started, so I think we'll go for a little extra length today, too. So we come up here, and we go out here, and we are now in here. And of course, this is the area that you will use the Hippogriff Soul to explore. So we'll start here. Do I still have Killer Mantle equipped? Yes, I do. Good. Oop, yeah, these guys can do that. We hadn't noticed that before. Oh yeah, and that's their common drop, the Battle Axe. So, you know, ow. I keep forgetting they do that. Yeah, they do that more now instead of the other thing. So we come here, and you want to hit L, like you're, you know, basically like you're backdashing, and you go up. And here we have the Khalid Bowl. And the Khalid Bowl is a dark elemental sword, Sword of Darkness. Name means hard belly, and it is a sword from Celtic legend. It is, as I said, it is dark elemental, so it's not useful on a lot of the creatures in this castle, but keep it. You want to keep it, because it will be very, very useful on one fight in particular. In the meantime, we just... lady, you are getting in my way, and it is beginning to annoy me. We go this way, and of course you can jump repeatedly by pressing L. Over and over. Luckily, you don't have to do it rhythmically like the space jump in old Super Metroid. Also, you don't apparently take any damage from banging your head. Now, that thing flickers on... I know it flickers on the Wii U, so it's not just this emulator. I think it does it on the original Game Boy. I'm not sure why, it just does. It's kind of annoying. But we've cleared out this place, so let's just go back up through here. And go back down and heal, because right now we're coming up to the boss fight. So, we save, and we set our appropriate souls. Flame Demon, Giant Bat, and Succubus. You don't actually have to have these things going into the boss fight, you only have to have them equipped when the second phase ends. Yeah, spoiler alert, there's a second phase. But you have to have those set for the best ending. Oh, and hey, and we get another mana prism. So, we have missed one room. Let's just go back down and, you know, get into that. It's not really that important, but it's there. Yep, see, nothing in here but money. Not that money isn't necessarily useful. So, we go up. We go through this guy, and I don't know what his thing is. As far as I know, he's just there for effect, basically. It's not possible for him to actually block you. You don't need anything to get past him. As long as you can get up here, you can get past him. But, let's go fight Graham. You're too late, Soma. Dracula's power is already in my grasp. Dracula's power doesn't concern me. I came here to find a way out of this castle. With my new abilities, I can get you out of here quite easily. You, however, have some property of mine in your possession. The souls of my demons are under your control. Can I forgive such a crime? No! Never! If I knew how, I'd return them to you all right now. Even if you return them, you have still committed the crime of stealing. Don't you know that? It's only right that thieves receive the punishment they deserve. You are one selfish bastard. You're guilty of grand theft. Therefore, I sentence you to death. You're insane. And, as a special treat, I myself will deliver the punishment. Okay, if you've ever fought Dracula before, you know how this is. He throws fireballs at you. He teleports around the room. He throws meteors at you. It's a good idea to have Succubus equipped often. Actually, I'm going in and changing. I don't need the Soul Eater ring for this. So I'm going to equip the Ma'o's ring. And that'll... You want to stay down, keep hitting him. A lot of the time, these fireballs or the meteors will go right over your head if you just stay down. And keep hitting him, which will heal you. The nice thing about the Cleave Celeste is that it basically will just swing and... Now he's gone into his second phase. Kneel here at his side. He cannot hit you with his spiraling meteors. So just keep whacking him. You'll heal, and you'll kill him. I can't believe it! How did you come to possess those powers? What do you mean by those powers? I'm Dracula, and you're not the one! And so, like every Dracula fight ever, he turns into a weird final form, which in this case is a giant ass chair, much like Symphony of the Night. Ow. You want to try and stay out of, just move from side to side, crouch to stay out of the hands, and, move so that you don't get hit by this stupid, ow, death beam. Ow, some days, people. Alright, potions. And, there we go. Ow. Don't walk into the hands. Just keep moving. No! This cannot be! Does this mean that I'm not Dracula? What was your first clue, dumbass? What's this? Whoa, something is flowing into me. No, wait! Please, stop! No! Finally, I clearly understand everything. I am Dracula. This is like a bad joke. Come on out, Aricado. I know you're here. Why did you force me to awaken? I was just fine as I was. Yes, you weren't supposed to come to this castle in the first place. Then why did you make me come here? Your soul and Dracula's magical powers are one and the same. No matter what we did, this day was destined to come. That being so, I decided to awaken you somewhere I could use my powers. Huh? What do you mean? I don't understand. Because you are now one with him, an evil spirit must be flowing into you. Yes, it started not too long ago and it's slowly filling me up. I'm doing all that I can to keep from being consumed by it. Once you have finished absorbing all of it, his powers will be yours. You will then become the evil count. I do not want to let that happen. Neither do I! I know. That is why I chose the dangerous route. The dangerous route? Rock! Someone want a cracker? The evil in this spirit comes from those who seek chaos and destruction. So we need to cut off the source of the chaos influencing the spirit. Is that possible? This castle is a product of Dracula's magic. It's a spiritual world. My point is this. A stream of chaos exists within this castle as well. There is a place where only you, Dracula, can go. That's where the chaos is. I'll go. I'm not afraid. But what do I do when I get there? You'll have to stop it using your own strength. You already succeeded in reaching the throne. I'm sure you can do it. If it will make me myself again, I'll do whatever it takes. As long as my powers continue to affect this place, the flow of the evil spirit into you will be slowed down. Go quickly. I'm going. I appreciate your help. So, yeah, we're Dracula, and we still don't get a straight answer. But we get the Black Panther Soul. This is a really, really nice soul, and you will have it on pretty much any time you don't have on the Bat Soul. And we get Dracula's Tunic, which is armor, which is way better in everything except defense than what we've got now. But given my tendency to walk into shit, I'm gonna stick with the Eversing. So, now that we've finished that off, oh right, let's equip the Black Panther Soul and show that off. You're gonna like it. So, remember how I said that you couldn't really use the backdash as a transport in this one? It just doesn't really work? Yeah. And it uses two magic points per tick, so like really 4 per second. You'll pretty much just regenerate that naturally. It's very, very cheap. Whoops, wrong room. So, now that we have finished that, had our big revelation, and are on track for the best ending, I'm going to call it here. We'll save the game, and thank you for joining me. Be with us next time, and you have a great evening. Goodbye.